So when you're thinking about recruiting when it comes to a remote workforce, what's interesting is years ago, before we went remote, we hired an individual from Winnipeg, so we didn't meet her in person. So I actually did a video introducing her to Jouta. So I just think that's ironic. And here she is coming to work in an office. So you have to really think about how you interview, where you interview. It's one thing to do it all on Zoom, but I think at some point you're going to want to meet them in person. And so how do you do that in this physical distancing environment that we're in right now? You really need to think about what kind of equipment that you're going to provide. What are you going to allow them to provide? How are you going to make sure there's the right security in place? You really need to interview for whether or not working from home will work for them, because it doesn't work for everybody. So what are the kinds of questions that you need to develop for your organization that you can have a better understanding of what they can do from home? And are they set up to work from home? Are you okay if they use their couch as their office desk? For me, I know I need the team to have a full setup. They have to have the right equipment. And so if they want to do it from their couch, that's fine, but they have to have access to all of it in their home somewhere. You got to make sure that there's security and privacy, especially depending on the business you're in, what kind of work that they do, the kind of files that they have, the kind of things that they look at. And how do you onboard them to your team? How do you do that? So again, I'd like you to think about it. Maybe you didn't even do onboarding before. It's more important than ever to do it now. So think about, how would you do it? You know, if you had a team, would you have them meet on Zoom or some sort of video conferencing, a new person every couple of days to go through their departments? We're working with a client right now who we can't visit all 25 of their sites. So each manager that we talk to is just going to take his video and walk around and show us the sites. So we have a sense of what it is, because we can't go visit them right now. So what are some things like that you can do to integrate, orient employees? It's interesting, a client of ours had an accountant that worked for them for 30 years and she'd never once been on the job site, not once. What an opportunity now, because video is so much more prevalent. What if you were able to take people like that to a job site just via video? The way that you can involve employees, I think, is much different. So onboarding needs to be more powerful. You need to make sure that you're clear on what your culture is. What kind of environment do you want to create? Fit is still important. It's not skill over fit. It's fit first and then skill. They still have to fit. It'll be even more challenging if they don't fit and they're working from home. You need really strong contracts around the ownership of the equipment. How does it get back to you should it not work out? Just all the logistics. You want to make sure that you really iron that out well in advance.